with that?
Yeah, very.
All right. Adrian's just asked about Mast Rake, and I just had a discussion with him, and he thought it'd be good to film it, so we'll come from here. Apparently people are confused by Mast Rake. If you think about some footage I talked about before when the boat steers, the boat is about balance, and Mast Rake is about balance. It's about balancing the rig over the top of the centre of lateral resistance of the boat. So the centre of lateral resistance of the boat is made up of the centreboard, the rudder blade and the hull that's in the water. And it's just a spot that the boat pivots around. So rake just balances the boat to that. So if I've got a boat, like when I first made this first moon dance, I had no idea what rake it needed. So I had to start from scratch, and if I'm starting from scratch, it's pretty simple. I send someone sailing in the boat, or I send someone with a video camera to follow me sailing in the boat from directly behind where Adrian is right now. And if I'm sailing, I try and find a 10-knot day, basically a day where I can sail where my main sheet is there on centreline, not one where I'm releasing a heap, but one where it's there on centreline. So that's about a 10-knot day, 2 people on the side. It's important that your boat's dead flat so that it's not steering off its chines or anything like that, because I'm just trying to find out the balance of the rig. So if your rake's right, if your mast is too upright, it means the boat's going to try and bear away, and you're going to compensate with a rudder and do that. And you're going to round up with it, and that's really ridiculously slow, that one. If you've got too much rake, you're going to get the opposite, which means your boat's trying to round up and you're going to try and bear it away, and you're going to get that. So if you look at the tiller at the moment, it's way above the centre line of the boat. So that's the opposite. So if you've got too much rake, you're now creating drag on your rudder to compensate for your boat's out of balance. If your boat's neutral, you might think that's really fast, but it's not. What we actually want is the boat to have the tiller ever so slightly above the centre line of the boat when it's going upwind. That's just twisted that foil enough so it's not making drag, but it's actually creating lift off the rudder blade, which is actually going to help you climb to windward. So if your rake is right, your tiller, I don't know where that's aiming at the moment, there, that's centre line there. So it's about that far above centre line, and if it's that far above centre line, that's when your rake is right. Now on a windier day, it's going to change the balance of your boat. So on a windier day, when you put your rake back, you're going to raise your centreboard, which is going to send everything a bit further aft. Your jib's also going to, the front of your mainsail's not working, but your jib still is, and that's going to force your centre of effort forwards. So to compensate for that, you need to drop the rig back. But this will still tell you if your rig's in the right spot, but you need someone in a powerboat behind an NS14 to just look up the centre line and just tell you if it's right or wrong. So if you think your boat's rake's wrong, get a friend in a powerboat to follow you for a couple of minutes on a 10-knot day, and you'll find out really quick if your rake's right or wrong.